Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Sam from Historic Travels, and once again, welcome to another Historic Travels Mailtime episode. So guys, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, and to everybody who has sent a package my way or a letter, thank you all so much. It means more to me than you all can know to get these letters and packages from you guys. So guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the support. I could not do this for a job without all you guys. And the first letter that I'm going to talk about today is the letter that I also mentioned in my live stream. And the first letter comes from Steve, the man who has sent me all kinds of really cool postcards and other ship memorabilia. And this time around, he sent me a Christmas card. And before I show you what he sent, listen. It actually plays music. Thanks so much for this, Steve. Oh, and Steve included a coin from 1912 in here. So cool. And this time around, Steve sent a bunch of original postcards of some of these other really famous ocean liners, like the RMS Aquitania, the SS Republic. This postcard is dated 1932. I kid you not. How he gets these, I have no idea. An old postcard of the HMS Victory. This one is dated, I think, 1914. That's insane. And the RMS Mauritania. This card is dated, looks like 1908. Holy cow. Anyway, hey, Steve, once again, thank you so much for sending me these. I'm absolutely mind blown. And have a very Merry Christmas, my friend. Thank you. Our next letter is from Joseph. Hi, Joseph. I hope you're doing well. Joseph says, "Hi, Sam. My name is Joseph." Hi, Joseph. "And I really love your YouTube channel, and I was wondering if you could make a video on the German battleship Bismarck, which sunk in World War II. Yes, I am, man. Number one, thank you for the letter. And number two, I am planning to do a video on the Bismarck, but I'm also going to talk about the Bismarck and the hood and everything that happened with it in one video. So, like, how the Bismarck attacked the hood, how the British Navy retaliated, and ultimately how the Bismarck sunk. So I plan to cover all of that in one video. Oh, and by the way, Joseph was kind enough to send me a little drawing of the Titanic, and he wrote on it, Historic Travels Rules. Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you for the picture, and thank you so much for the letter, man. Thanks again. Our next letter is from Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Hope you're doing well. Christopher says, "Dear Sam from Historic Travels." Hello, Christopher. Big fan of yours from Indiana. Awesome. Let's see here. I am a big fan of the Titanic story and have read several books and watched multiple documentaries on the matter, and was fortunate enough to visit the Titanic exhibit in Las Vegas in March of 2014. Awesome. My thoughts on the James Cameron movie are quite mixed. The exterior scenes of the ship are beautiful, and Leo and Kate have great chemistry together. But on the bad side, the movie is about 882.5 feet, way too long. Seriously, dude. The movie is long, but I don't think it's overly long. I mean, it's an epic, so what do you expect? And finally, hot take here. Rose could have gotten the happily ever after she wanted if she had just scooted to one side of the door. You are right. Jack could have fit on the door. But the big reason why James Cameron didn't put Jack on the door was he wanted the audience to actually feel the weight of the Titanic disaster. Like, he wanted the audience to get to know someone and then experience the loss of that person, just like everybody did on the Titanic on the night she sank. You know, that's what he was going for. That's why Jack died. Even though you're right, he definitely could have gotten on that door. And you know, another thing, he could have also gotten on the door if Rose had just stayed in the lifeboat. He would have made it. Like, I've said this before. If I was on the Titanic with my girlfriend, wife, whatever, and I got her into a boat and she jumped back, I'd be like, okay, honey, that was really sweet, but why did you do that? Because look, me as a boyfriend or husband, I'm going to prioritize my girlfriend or wife's safety over my own. And if I know she is safe and in a lifeboat, then I can focus on saving myself. Because if me and her are ever in a dangerous situation, obviously I'm going to prioritize her life over mine. So if I got her into a boat and saw her being lowered over the ship, so I'd be like, okay, good. I can survive now. I can focus on saving me because I don't have to worry about her. And then she'd jump back on the ship. I'd be like, honey, I love you and everything, but why did you do that? Anyway, here's a question for you to hopefully address in a future video. I have read that throughout the fateful day of April 14, 1912, Harold and Brad did receive 5 messages about icebergs, but only 2 were delivered to Captain Smith due to a rule at the time stating that messages not directly addressed to the captain did not have to go to the captain. I I don't think any of the ice warnings were directly addressed to Captain Smith. They were just ice warnings, you know? Like, hey, we've encountered ice and all that stuff. And, hey, let me finish reading this. Does that sound like baloney to you, or would such a thing be possible? So, hold on, let's see. The only two related accounts due to a ruler. So, whenever they get ice warnings, it is true that some ice warnings didn't make it to the bridge. But the thing is, Jack Phillips and Harold Bragg were really backed up in all of these messages that they had for the passengers due to the fact that the machine had been down the day before and they'd spent all night fixing it, or the Marconi machine. So they did deliver several ice warnings, but I've never heard that just because it's not addressed to the captain doesn't mean it doesn't have to go to the captain. And I didn't think that they had to deliver the ice warnings to the captain. I thought they just took it to the bridge or gave it to one of the bridge officers, and maybe they gave it to Captain Smith later, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But no, the wireless operators were supposed to prioritize warnings about icebergs and give them to the crew. It's not like they were told to ignore them or anything. But as far as the whole captain thing, I'm not 100% certain. And I think that the reason those ice warnings didn't make it to the bridge is just because the men got overwhelmed and they just didn't get around to it, which, not an excuse, but I think that's what happened. Anyway, thanks for your letter, man. Our next package is from Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Hope you're doing well. Joseph did not send a letter, but he did send a picture of himself with the last living Titanic survivor, Melvina Dean. Joseph, this is absolutely insane. I cannot believe you got to meet her. Just all the stories she had and everything. That is so cool, man. And hey, thank you so much for sending me this. This is a really cool piece of history, man. And thanks again. Hope you're doing well. Our next letter is from Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Hope you're doing well. And Catherine sent me this cute little card. Thanks so much, Catherine. Catherine says, Dear Samuel. Hi, Catherine. I am writing to say hello, and I recently subscribed to the Historic Travels channel. Awesome. Thank you. My interest in the Titanic has to do with my grandmother's half-brother, Patrick Connell, age 17, from King's Williamstown, Cork, Ireland. And he was not a survivor on the Titanic. So he was on the Titanic? Holy cow, I'm sorry he didn't make it. I have wondered what happened to him. He was buried at sea, or was he buried at sea or in one of the numerous graves in Halifax, Nova Scotia? I don't know. I don't know his story, but I would definitely be curious to look it up. I am enjoying the videos and learning about other ships. So many heartbreaking stories and stories of courage and miracles of survival. Thank you. Patrick's father and brother, Thomas O'Connell, are buried in Ireland. My grandmother, Teresa Stanley Connell, is buried in Mount Vernon. Sincerely, Catherine. Wow, Catherine, I'm sorry that he didn't make it. I'm very sorry to hear that. But thank you so much for writing to me, and thank you so much for sharing your story. And you know what? I'm going to try to research this guy and see what I can find out. Maybe if I can find enough information about him, there will be an upcoming video about him. Thanks so much for writing me, Catherine, and you have a happy holiday. The next thing I got in the mail is a postcard from the Titanic Museum in Belfast. Thank you so much for sending me this. This postcard came from Josh. Thank you, Josh. Josh says, visited the birthplace of the Titanic in the Olympic. Thought you would appreciate this card. I do, thank you. Keep up the good work. Love the videos about ships, from Josh in the UK. Awesome. Thank you so much, Josh. And thank you so much for sending me this card. I definitely have to visit this museum someday. I do have one quick question though. Does the museum do like a kind of like a Art Deco-y thing? Because the way the Titanic looks in this card, and no hate against that, I think it looks cool, but it's just different. But the Titanic has this weird Art Deco look, and I was just curious as to why they did it that way. Anyway, thanks so much for the postcard, man. Super appreciate you. Our next package is from Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. I hope you're doing well. Sabrina wrote a letter, and it says, please be careful with this book. It's from 1912, and it's a bit fragile. It's a good read. Enjoy. So, Sabrina, I kid you not, sent an original sinking of the Titanic book from 1912, or what year was this published? 1912, 1913, it was right around there. But still, regardless, like, this is absolutely incredible. Sabrina, I don't know how you found this. This is just so neat. I want to take this book and get it repaired, like take it to a repair place. But I mean, considering how old this thing is in remarkable condition. And I mean, it's so cool. Like, I can't get over this. I absolutely cannot get over this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find some kind of unknown fact in this book and make a video about it. Sabrina, thank you so much for sending me this. This is so cool. And just wishing you and your entire family a happy holidays. Thank you so much for sending me this. So cool. Our next package is from Bert. Hi, Bert. Hope you're doing well. Bert says, hi, Samuel. Hi, Bert. Please find the books I mentioned to you in my email to you. Okay. So these books you sent me, I think that if I remember correctly, yeah, we emailed back and forth a bit, and you said you had some Titanic books that you didn't need anymore, and you wondered if I'd be interested in them, and I said sure. Yeah, so hey, Bert, thank you so much for sending me these. These are very helpful in doing any type of research because, I mean, there's always new information to learn about Titanic, and these books help me learn new information so I can bring out new content for all of you. So, Bert, thanks for sending me these. Bert also says, I hope you may find some new things you can share with others. I'm sure new things keep turning up all the time. They absolutely do, and thank you. I can relate somewhat to being on the open ocean as our family immigrated from the Netherlands in 1953. Wow, that's insane. The scene in the movie Titanic when the ship leaves the dock and heads out into open water, I got rather emotional as I remembered that feeling of seeing nothing but open water all around me. Quite scary, especially if one can't swim. Dude, I know how you feel. Like, well, I can swim, but when I've gone out on cruise ships and I see nothing but ocean all around, it's a very scary experience, especially at nighttime, because like when you're out there at night and you look out over the deck and you just see pitch black out there and then ocean all around, I'm like, it's a scary feeling. And to think about how much depth there is beneath you, I mean, it's quite terrifying. I noted that I live in Beachville, Ontario, Canada. Beachville is home to the very first recorded baseball game in 1838. I did not know that. You may find that interesting as we get travelers from all over, and there is the Beachville District Museum where every few years they have a replay of one of the earlier baseball games. That's so cool. I've listed the link to the museum if you should want to explore further. Thank you. I'll check it out. Keep up the good work on discovering more Titanic information. Take care, Bert. Bert, thank you so much for sending me this letter, and Bert also included a sign of his town. That's so cool. And here are the Titanic books that Bert sent. And this one looks a little familiar, but I'm not certain. But this one I know I've never seen before. This is so cool. Like, very, very cool. And I know I don't have this book, but I feel like I may have seen it at some point. But Bert, thank you so much for sending me these. And he also sent a little bonus item. He sent me Titanic on VHS. Titanic on VHS. This is so cool. I don't have a VCR anymore, but I definitely have memories of watching these when I was younger. And how many of you out there can remember VCRs and VHS tapes and all that? This is so cool. Bert, thank you for sending me this again, man. Super appreciate it. And last but certainly not least is a Christmas care package from Rena. Hi, Rena. Thank you so much for the package, and I hope you're doing well. Rena has to say, Dear Sam, hi, Rena. Congratulations, and what a year it has been for you. I just wanted to send you a small Christmas care package since I appreciate your channel. I've learned so much, and I share my limited ocean liner knowledge with my friends. Awesome. I finally caught up with all your videos except for the live chats. Those are pretty long to get through, and I work 2 to 3 Sunday evenings a month. I work in an acute care hospital, but regardless, I will try to watch them here and there. And I saw the mail appreciation video you posted on March 4th, 2022. And it made my day. I was at work watching your video during my lunch break, my usual time to watch YouTube videos, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that you mentioned me. Well, of course I'm going to mention you, Rena. If you take the time to send me a package, of course I'm going to talk about you as a way to say thank you. So, hey, thank you for this package. Thank you for everything you did. And yeah, it's super, super cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mailed you some non-perishable Japanese treats from a grocery store near my house. I just wanted to mention that I try to support your sister Rachel's channel too, which seems to be a channel that talks about a large variety of topics, which is what my sister does. She talks about a large variety of stuff. I just recently went on a trip to Washington, D.C., and I bought Almost Heaven to read on the plane and the hotel. I've really been enjoying it so far. That's so cool. And thank you so much for this package. That's so cool that you know that I like Japan stuff and that you took the time to find all this Japan stuff to mail me. This is so, so cool. All these little treats and candies and everything. I'm definitely going to have to check. Ooh, truffles. Yum. I have to definitely check out some of this stuff. So thanks so much. Oh, and you also sent me a book on Violet Jessup. This is so cool. You sent a book about Violet Jessup, the world's so you could think of her as the world's luckiest or most unlucky person with the Olympic class ships. I mean, she was lucky that she survived everything, but she was also unlucky that she was on board all three when all three had disasters. Oh, and it looks like you sent a little card in here, and you have some other stuff in here. Oh, cool. You put a note in here. You say in this note, Hi, Sam. I know your viewers send you so many books, but I go to my local library and I saw this book and I had to share it with you. Thanks so much. Violet Jessup herself wrote most of the material in this book, and her life is more interesting than I imagined. Anyway, consider this a really belated early birthday present. Thank you so much. Even though it's hard for me to catch up on all your live streams, please know I still support your channel. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Best regards, Rena. Rena, thank you so much for the package. Thank you so much for these candies. And thank you so much for this book on Violet Jessup. I'm definitely going to check it out. Have a good Christmas. All right, everybody. Well, hey, that concludes this episode of Historic Travels Mailtime. If you would like to send me anything to review in a future Historic Travels Mailtime episode, the address to send everything to is in the description below, so just send everything there. And to everybody who sent me something, thank you guys so much for your letters and packages. It means more than you know. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.